Am I the asshole for telling people that I don't want to cut my hair and it's my choice? It's Pink October in my country next month, breast cancer awareness, and for some reason it seems like everyone is begging me to donate my hair to charity. I have long, thin, wavy, voluminous hair, and that's the only thing I'm vain about. No makeup, fancy clothes, nothing. First, it was my therapist. As Elle previously stated, I had already trimmed my hair last month, and I barely wanted it, to be honest. I said I didn't have the courage many times, but she kept saying that it was only 10 centimeters. She said that as the coordinator of the clinic herself, she was going to bring a hairdresser or she'd go with me to a salon. Then at school, the social pressure from teachers, staff, classmates, everyone. Next week a hairdresser is coming to the school. I'm ugly and insecure, and the only thing I get compliments for is my hair. I'm not going to cut it despite the noble cause. I can help them in other ways. They're begging me and saying that I'm obligated to donate since it's not that much, but I don't want to. That I should donate in the name of everyone since it is so long. I've a teacher that keeps repeating the same thing again and again cause the project was her idea. I'm taking longer and different routes to not see her. Am I the asshole if I skip school today? The poor kids don't have the chance to choose. I've met countless people who have cancer and only one of them cared about their hair. TBH, I just want to hide in a basement and come back on November 1st Street. Not the asshole. You are in no way obligated to cut off your hair for charity. If your therapist is pressuring you to do so, find a new therapist because that is not appropriate. If you think that you are going to face undue pressure or even be possibly forced into cutting your hair, I would stay home from school when the hairdresser will be there. OMG. They all are breaking your boundaries, and I would say people of power, like teachers, making this to a minor are clear abusers. You are not the asshole, of course, and all those people are bullying you. I'd make formal complaint about it or ask my parents to make it. Not the asshole. Skip school the day it happens and move on with your life. Not the asshole. Unless they're donating their own hair, they're hypocrites. Even if they are donating, your hair is still none of their business. Not the asshole and report every one of those teachers to the principal, education department. Not the asshole, and this is terrible. I'd start telling people, if I wanted your opinion, I'd ask for it, and just remove yourself from the conversation. Am I the asshole if I'll invite everyone from my husband's friend group except one girl to our wedding reception? I, 25F, have been married to my husband, 27M, for a year now, but we're finally having the reception in December this year. My husband has a friend group since high school. They went to school together. Besides us, it consists of 5 couples and 3 single PPL. The girl, 27F, I mentioned is the only single girl in the group. Let's call her Tiffany. Tiffany dated one of the guys, 27M, for 5 years before breaking up with him after she cheated on him. He quickly moved on and started dating a younger coworker, 24F. They have been dating for 2 years now. She was very bitter over the breakup and caused a stir in the friend group even though it was all her fault. I am considering not inviting her due to an incident that happened last year during Christmas. That year, we all got gifts for each other. We hosted the Christmas event at our house and everyone came on time except her. Not only was she late, she also didn't greet my husband and I, but she greeted everyone else. She also got everyone gifts except for my husband and I, citing that she only got gifts for the real couples. I brushed it off the first time, but she said it again twice. She left early and everyone including us were confused as to why she acted like that. Most of the friend group sided with us, but a girl and a guy were defending her, claiming her social awkwardness and inability to read social cues were why she acted the way she did. I felt like her words and actions were so deliberate, like there's no way she forgot to get us gifts or greet us. She knew better. It felt rude and on purpose. Even though half of the group dislike her, the other half are still fond of her and close to her. They hang out with her regularly. We still hang out with them too, but without that girl in attendance. Tiffany also reacted poorly to news of my pregnancy. She asked if it was on accident, if we truly loved each other, etc. It was the strangest reaction I had to my pregnancy. For some context, I dated my husband for 2 years before our engagement and marriage. We have a baby. We also have known each other for nearly 10 years and were close friends for most of that time before we started dating. I was not part of this friend group until we started dating, even though I also went to school with them. My husband also isn't close to her and never had been. They have never gotten along. She's really sweet to the other women in the friend group except me. We're the only married couple with a baby in the group. Everyone else is dating seriously. No engagements yet. I'm making this post because I'm reading that it's rude to exclude one person out of a whole friend group to a wedding. Just wondering if I'm in the wrong for this. My husband is supportive and we both don't want to invite her. It just sucks because his friends almost AC. Too long did not read. Rude girl did us dirty in the past, so we don't want to invite her to wedding. Let's be perfectly clear. She fucking sucks. You don't talk to someone like that unless you mean it. Social awkwardness. Come on, that's just an excuse to get away with shitty behavior. She's being an asshole and you don't need to put up with that. If it was just a general sense of discomfort around her, I would say you were the asshole, but this clearly is a targeted thing. She is jealous that you and your husband are going through life committed to one another. You are doing all the things she wishes she could do, but because of her cheating, is unable to. If you don't want her at your wedding, that's your right. You aren't the asshole for wanting people that you actually like at your wedding. Plus, who knows, she might do something batshit crazy and ruin the whole thing. Not the asshole. She only got gifts for the real couples. She asked if it was on accident, if we truly loved each other, etc. Not the asshole. No, you don't need to invite the one person in the group who questioned the integrity of your relationship. It might be rude to leave them out, but it's much ruder to do what she did. Not the asshole, but if you do invite her, expect her to show up, not greet you and not get you a gift. You and your husband aren't friends with her, she's rude, questions the integrity of your relationship, and causes drama when she doesn't get her way. Nope, nope and nope. She wasn't happy for your pregnancy and she won't be happy of your nuptials. Joy sucks. Don't get invites to fancy, expensive events. I would not want to pay for her to eat and drink on your dime. If your friends can't understand, then they can sit out with her. Not the asshole. From what I read, she doesn't like you and your husband. She doesn't deserve to get to come and celebrate your marriage. I would not invite her just because there's a risk she could say something else that could put a damper on your event. Not the asshole. When she or anyone else asks for an explanation, simply tell them that she doesn't think you two are a real couple and she thinks your baby is a mistake, so why would she be invited to the reception? Not the asshole. Your wedding, your choice. It seems the others are aware of the ongoing issues and shouldn't be surprised. If you aren't comfortable inviting her, then you shouldn't. From reading this, I think Tiffany wants your man. Am I the asshole for not answering my door? Answering doors for strangers is not my thing. It may be trauma from a man chasing me to my door, or maybe that every time someone knocks is for a favor, and I'm fresh out of anything including favors. 2 days ago, my neighbor knocked and I refused to answer. I don't know her and she seemed desperate for something. I felt bad, but the fact is she wasn't screaming for help, just aggressively knocking for 3 straight minutes. I've heard plenty of stories for her nervous behavior to be enough reason to not answer. As it turns out, she had an earring back stuck in her ear that she needed help taking out, and she made sure to mention it to my husband in the elevator today. She went on about how incredibly rude it was of me to not even try and hear her out or inch the door open. My husband was baffled and just shook her off. There's been a lot of banging now coming from her side of the wall, where she knows my baby sleeps. This has never been an issue before, and I'm wondering if what I did was enough reason for her to be this angry. Should I apologize? Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. You don't have to open your door to anyone, especially someone who feels entitled to your time and energy. By not answering, you told her that you are not to be relied upon for her petty problems that she should be able to figure out for herself. Though, just a heads up, sometimes strangers will knock to see if anyone is home just before they try to break in. I'm wondering if what I did was enough reason for her to be this angry. No, she is pissed she couldn't impose on you for her purposes and now is retaliating. You did nothing wrong. Not the asshole. I don't answer my door for people I don't know. It's funny because growing up we left our doors unlocked and my parents would answer the door for people they didn't know. Personally, I don't trust people, and I don't necessarily have a reason not to. I will say, someone where I live, in a closed-off community, did get robbed by someone forcing their way into the door when they opened it, so that doesn't really help anything. I don't answer the door for strangers. Sometimes I don't open it for people I know. I don't care. You don't have to answer the door for anyone you don't want to. Not the asshole. And if she's now banging on walls in some kind of petty tantrum, I'd be reporting that to the landlord. Not the asshole. You're not obligated to open your door or help her with her earrings. Leave a note under her door asking her to be more conscious of the banging. No, do not apologize. Not the asshole. You did nothing wrong. There is zero obligation for you to either open the door or to help her with her earring back. She can find someone else or go to an urgent care. This was not an emergency and not your problem to fix. If you have an HOA, complain about the banging. She is retaliating against your infant. How disgusting. Am I the asshole? Wife demands I shower at night, not AM, calls me disgusting. My wife demands that I shower at night or says I am not allowed in the bed, and I am disgusting and it's unattractive. I sometimes like to shower in the morning when I am already tired at bedtime. I work in a clean office setting, and all of my dirty articles of clothing are obviously off before I try to go to bed. If I was covered in dirt or something I would shower, but I am not. Am I the asshole or is she being controlling? Edit. I usually shower at night, in order to appease her wishes. This is only when I am extremely tired and just want to sleep. She also lets our dirty dog sleep in the bed. You might be disgusting, but showering once a day does not make you disgusting. People here saying they shower 3 times a day. That's not the norm. Once a day is definitely normal, and I will fight anyone who disagrees. Not the asshole. What are these responses, skull? Based on these replies, the kids are not alright. Not the asshole. Your wife is a freak, so are most people in the thread with their complexes about showers and beds. Nah, all the take 2 shower people are stressing me out. How dry so their skin. I sweat really bad at night, so I also shower in the AM. I change my clothes before bed but don't shower unless, like you said, I've been outside all day or I'm really sweaty or if I just feel like it. Even people who work in an office can have body odor. Especially the parts that are unable to breathe.